one.
Kentucky woman, she wants to know you. She wants to own you. Kentucky woman. It's FSB racing Friday night. Winston Cup Series 88 at the Great Kentucky Speedway. This is Mel Minter Jr. along with my cohort in crime, the voice of FSB Racing, Greg Bernardo.
Milty, everyone, how's it going? Second to last race of the year, Milty, under the lights here at Kentucky. Uh, it's a good track, Milty. It's fast. It's competitive. It's side-by-side racing. Over 100 plus laps here. Decent sized field, so I expect a very competitive race. One thing, again, that stays the same for us is Jeff Hale. He sits on the pole yet again, and he's going to be our Winston Cup Series champion. And of course, on a much more somber note, Milty, Jeff's father recently
Errol,
recently passed away, and of course our whole FSB family goes out to Jeff and his family, and Carol's family, extended families, and all that. And I'm sure Jeff is very proud of his accomplishments here, and I'm sure his dad was sure a race fan and would like to know that Jeff is winning races, and I'm sure dedicating that to his dad. So yeah, heavy hearts, Milky.
absolutely.
Lots of stuff going on here at FSB. We'll get through during the race, but right now you can see the field is on pit lane, gridding up, and we're about to go racing here. And there we see Jeff Hale on the pole, outside pole, Gary Piccolo in that 22 car, and a newcomer, Milty, in the 1 car. Talk about him as well.
Jeremy Hebel, obviously a pro sim racer, buddies with Dakota Wilkins and Gary Piccolo.
He's out of that BP family, I believe, and we know one thing about BP, if we know anything, Milty. Those guys know how to race.
They can roll.
When you
Professional.
Yeah, I've watched many a race over there. The Justice boys, they're legendary in sim racing, their accomplishments.
Absolutely.
In fact, I believe Derek's brother, which his name just escapes my mind at the moment, recently won, I believe, that NRT 400 event, which is, a grueling event that they did this time.
That'd be Justin, I believe.
Yeah, it was a grueling event this year, the NRT, with heat racing and winning other races just to get to the main race. And I believe he came out on top of that, and that just shows you the skill of, there's a lot of quality racers out there in the world. And, of course, we like to think FSB is the place to be. But we know there's a lot of quality leagues, and of course BP is one of the top ones. And we see the 22 car also coming out of that BP stable as well, Milty, and we know they can roll. And we got green flag, and we're underway here at Kentucky Speedway at night.
Well, this is a man's track. This is a whoa, boy, Piccolo gets loose on the outside, but he powers through.
But yeah, he just kept that foot down there, Milty, and he powers out of the lead. Jeff Hale falls back to second, then it's 2x2.
Well, he's teammates with these two guys, Jeremy and Dakota, so they're really looking to put a show on tonight.
Yeah, and we see that 1 car challenging Jeff Hale for the lead, for second place, and he'll take that position. So Gary goes to first, and Jeremy jumps up to second.
Do not see Jeff Hale. He's great on restarts and cold tires.
Yeah,
he's getting He's getting hounded by the 59 here, but
Absolutely,
he
Milty.
does it.
You know, the series champ getting no love here by the field. Everyone wants to finish the season on a winning note, Milty. While the championship may be decided, there's plenty of top 10 racing going on here as well.
Oh yeah, dog in the back there, and also noting that Slim started in the back. And also he talked to young man Isaac. You know, follow the professor to the front.
And speaking of the professor, Milty, he started about 13th, and he's already worked his way up to 8th. So the professor really not following his own advice. He's put the foot down, Milty. He's picked up 5 positions in the first few laps.
Well, that's the thing about starting in the back. If it's easy, you got to take it. You can't stop your momentum.
Yeah, and he's right
But
behind
the
that
whole
44 car there. We see the Slim in that 25 snap into the Slim Jim, Milty.
step into a Slim Jim. We got Jen 007 in front there after crashing horribly last week.
Yeah.
He's definitely Dan Jones,
Yeah.
of course, the great Canadian driver. But he's he's a darling of the British public there in the 007.
Yes, he is, Milty. He's the talk of London. That he repping Britain's greatest super agent here at FSB, and not only that, but performing quite well. Yeah, last week was a definite setback for Dan, and in qualifying,
Very
Milty,
rare.
he had the provisional pole for quite a while there until Jeff Hale and a couple other guys knocked him off of it. So he
He's
came
got
out firing on
yep.
all cylinders.
Got Dakota Wilkins way up against the wall, and
Ooh,
oh
yeah.
boy, nice save, son.
Yeah,
He'll
gonna,
lose 2 or 3 spots there. Last
yeah,
week's winner, Ken Soska, surveys the situation.
yeah, and the professor now taking the advice that he gave young Isaac. As Dakota bobbled, Slim took advantage, Milty, moved up another position. He's knocking on Dan Jones's door now. Sean Reap right ahead of him in that 62 car. Ryan Johnson, Jeff Hale, Jeremy, and then Gary Piccolo holding court here on point, Milty.
Well, Piccolo and Wilkins are raced enough here to know the different wool package than they're used to at BP. For the
And
one
here comes
car
Jeff.
of Jeremy, this is going to be his first shot at this, so he's going to have to remember to, as things go. But you know, racing is racing, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, everyone knows the racing part, but yeah, setup wise, Milty, this particular track with this particular INI could be some new stuff for him as well. But he's performing extremely well already, sitting in 3rd now, but he's being challenged by Ryan. Ryan's really had a fast car tonight, Milty. He was right up on the back bumper of Jeff Hale for the first couple laps. He decided to ride behind him, but now he's trying to make a move into 3rd place.
1.57 seconds split the 1st to 10th place. Josh Elliker cruising in his 6.4 and trying to make a move on Ken Soska.
And now we see the 62 car making some hay on the outside, Milty. And again, as we talked about last week, this is almost a similar track in regards to passing. If you make a move on someone, Milty, and you can't complete it to the inside, so guys can get the momentum and make a pass on the outside on you.
You see many different lines here as they're exploring inside, outside. This version is the version before really favored that outside a little. The original version favored the inside completely. This one is a little more kind of in the middle. So we'll have to see how tire wear will be an issue here as they're looking at, probably 34 laps max on fuel.
Yeah, when we jump into the seat here, Milty, we're riding with the 007 car, looking at Slim right ahead of him. And looking back, we see Ken Hansen and a group of cars behind him as well. So we're right in the thick of things here. Let's take a couple of laps around Kentucky with us, Milt.
Just a lift right here. 1 and 2 wider than 3 and 4. Come up to 3 and 4 here. You're probably going to stab on the brake a little bit. Maybe not. Sure doesn't sound like it with these 700 horsepower cars versus the 800 plus. Look at that on the inside. Here comes Ken Hansen. 2 wide racing here. 3 wide. Oh, it's real close right there. That'd be a Slim Jim snapping on you on the inside. He thinks better of it and backs off. We're talking about, I was just talking about the double lines here. You see the outside line has great momentum, but you see Sean Reed trying to take that inside line and drift up. He lost momentum, had to get out of it.
Yeah, and we can see lots of whoa, and we see the 22 car
Oh,
really dive down low.
Dan Jones. Great job there of foreseeing disaster there.
And the
As
20
Piccolo got loose right in front of him.
Yeah, and it looked like he was trying to get down in front of him and just got the car a little out of shape.
Well, they're trying that arcing outside in or inside out.
You can
Those
see
are your 2 moves.
Dan clipping the apron there. The apron is in play here slightly on that front straight, Milty. And if you get the momentum run, you can dive down low there and try to cut the course.
Here come the wolves.
And we can see there was a lot of racing going on there. And the end result was Sean Reed really benefited. He got around Dan, and now he's setting sail to the 22 car. We can see a little gap developing there.
Well, when you think about the evolution of the champion, Jeff Hale. Look, this guy could have 5 or 6 championships. I believe this could be his first. He's actually committed to a full season, and it does not surprise me. But when you compound that with the fact of how he's honed his talents, he's always had brute speed, great starting on, and now he's got tire wear and longevity and patience. He's got the whole package, and he's ripping it up right now. Split up a little bit there. We're starting to see a gap between 6th and 7th from the 007.
What we're also starting to see is the youngster, the 72 car, Isaac Johnson, has passed Dakota and Slim and has taken over that 7th position, Milty. So the 72 car starting in the back. In fact, he started shotgun on the field, Milty, and he's slowly working his way up into the top 10 and 7th place.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still using the same philosophy. They had to go because cars didn't go at the start. So they got momentum, and now they're chilling, rolling back.
And we're seeing a lot of heavy racing going on in front of them. Which
that's
I
what
think
they're seeing, too.
Absolutely. I'm sure that's helped them because they're running clean single file laps, and these guys are 2x2 battling the 007 and 22 side by side for almost a full lap there. And now finally it looks like Dan's going to get the better of that. The 22 may have come out of the gate a little strong, Milty, and maybe paying the price here as the tires heated up, and he's going to have to go into a little conservation here as we see Jeff Hale continuing to lead here. Ryan Johnson second. Battle for third now between Sean Reep and Jeremy.
Dan Jones last lap 31.5, best lap 30. Already second and a half slower than they were at the start. Tire deg is going to be an issue.
Yeah, we can see that top 5 there. We see the 007 working that low line. He seems to like that low line better than the outside line. He's made some nice gains there, and now he's still side by
Me and
side
him.
now with and
Sorry.
boy are they close, Milty.
Whoa. Me and him kind of rolled together, racing against him before, and that's what I like to do at Kentucky later in the run is start to be patient and breathe the throttle and get down low and stay low and make those guys pass you up high.
Yeah, and that's what he's trying to do. And the one car doing a great job on the outside, just about a half car length going into the turn.
This guy roll or what? Jeremy Ebel.
Yeah, he
obviously a pro. His first race here, but this ain't his first rodeo.
No, it's not, and he's doing a tremendous job staying in the top 5 the entire race. And now we're also seeing a different car come into play. The 6 car, Mark Desenza.
D-Rocket.
And man, this field is really shrunk up, Milty, to the leaders.
I don't know, this guy's won everything.
Oh
boy!
And a little contact. Can he hold on?
Wasn't very much.
He had to get on the brakes. Everyone scrambles. Oh, and Rick. Whoa, Rick with a power. Oh, that's Dakota. Excuse me. That was a power slide all the way across the front.
Oh my God, that was
the backstretch there, Milty.
Right
Unbelievable.
That was just a
wow
hair's breadth rub with the I&I file that we run in this league. That probably saved him because that would have been a you know.
Wow. And why he lost a lot of track position there, both of them. We stay green, and as these leaders battle, Milty, these guys may be able to catch right back up.
That's the interesting thing about Kentucky is it's definitely a tire grinder. Last lap for Dan Jones, again a 31.5, but that's still second and a half lower than the best laps they ran.
Well, his best lap 30.97, so he's about 6 tenths off his best, but that's still pretty significant time. Jeff Hale continues to lead, driving very smooth, easy laps at the front, and the rest of this field is just beating each other up. Ryan
I just can't see how you can beat that 29 on this roll that he's in when you know he's got that brutes. He's got the whole package.
Well, right now Ryan is not impressed because he's just made a little look-see down low on him.
Don Reap taking a look.
And again, when you do take those looks here, Milty, you
absolutely.
do lose that momentum that you can gather up at this track.
And you can see he had to crank the wheel and get out of it a little bit there. It's so hard to be patient.
Yeah, and, obviously, knowing these guys the way we do, we know Sean isn't a press the issue type of guy here, especially now.
He's analytical
at this point in the run as well. That he knows that tire wear is a factor. He's now on the outside there of Ryan, who bobbled up just a bit there. Milty.
Great run out of 4, and that takes a set of gonads.
And he's really working that high line.
He's to keep that.
And there's the momentum. Yeah, he used about as much of the track as you can without putting the car around.
Milty. Really hard to do.
And now he shows his skill going down low right on the yellow line to make the pass stick, Milty. That's some skill there. The outside line momentum and then the inside line holding the position, and that's what he's done. He's up to second position now. Dan Jones following his lead up to third, but Mark Desenza is coming, but just disappeared, Milty.
Dan Jones just disappeared, and he's back. Oh. Woo. Wow.
Man, I thought that was me for a second, but I think it was the 007.
Exactly the same time you did.
And Jeff Hale, I think, is in the pits, Milty.
Jeff Hale is pitting. Is at lap 30. They're close to We should be getting more. They're not going to make 34. To make
Yeah, and we see
107,
Pops
you got
coming
to
in
make
as well.
34. So they can't do it.
So we have our leader in abruptly as well. I'm sure he put up where the drivers could see. Of
Yeah,
course, we're not
well,
privy to that here on the broadcast. But we see Dakota also
yes,
in.
yeah. Pit, 99, 22, 1,
Yep.
72,
Yeah.
59. They're all coming.
Yeah.
They
They're all
can't make
coming
it.
now.
They will not be able to cough this up if it goes green. But now we got pit stops here. Very
Yeah.
difficult.
Isaac in. Gary in. Ryan in.
Smoke everywhere.
Jeremy also in the one car.
How about the
Pops
guys in the back though?
pops in and
You
out.
30. Oh, and Dan Jones gets spun, but Slim is around. Kid Hansen. They were all trying to
And we
make
have
pit
I
road,
believe we have a caution now, Milty, as
and we have
well.
a caution.
And Slim now stays out.
They gotta
Uh,
stay out. Gotta
let's
stay out.
let's see if he crossed the commit line though there, Milty. That could be a
Not
penalty.
low speed damage there. It shouldn't be too horrible, but they were just all having the pit at
And
the same time.
the one car was getting service at the time of caution, Milty, and he may be a big winner here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
As the rest of the field who hasn't taken the caution will come into
He,
pit, and he will not now.
he
And
won.
the one, of course, we saw have a little issue there and lost a lot of track position. Jeff Hale now, we'll have to check. Is he a lap down? Yes, he got trapped a lap down, Milty.
Uh,
So we have several
it,
fast cars now a lap down. Uh, but we'll be starting at the front on this restart. And the one car is going around the pace car, so he did a great job there, recognizing that
absolutely.
get in. The caution came out. Don't finish the stop. Get the 4 tires and fuel, which he did. And now, as the rest of these lead lap cars come in, Milty, he's going to find himself sitting pretty.
Well.
And
Gonna
let's
step
follow
away
him
for
around
it.
here.
Gonna step away for a second. Be right back.
Yeah, we'll follow Jeremy around here as we see he's in 12th position. And then when he crosses the line, we'll see a much more updated position, I'm sure. As we go to the front here, we see looks like maybe those guys did, or Jeff Hale and the 44 Dakota Wilkins did manage to get out ahead of uh, did not go a lap down their tail end cars. Uh, Pops, the 99 showing 1 lap down right now. We'll have to check the standings again once they come all the way around to reset everything here. A lot of confusion when cautions come out during green flag stops.
Well, just real quickly talking about Jeff and losing his dad. I lost my dad in 2004, and we were here then. FSB 14 years, and the thing that helped me out was to come around my friends and race and talk and just be around my buddies, and this is where I came to, of course, and with my family and stuff too. But definitely was part of the healing process.
Absolutely, Melty. And
We've lost a lot of people this year. We lost Mike Baker, and his son did the same thing, Chris, run. But then it kind of, it's when you go through stuff like that, it's kind of ebbs and flows, and
yeah, well,
so racing right now is not
whatever.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these things where whatever feels right for you at the time is probably the best thing for you. And if it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
sitting behind the wheel for an hour, an hour and a half, and not thinking about it, maybe, then so be it. Sometimes businesses has to be attended to, no matter
Absolutely.
how you want to slice it. So those things are unfortunate, and it appears for Jeff, this is good therapy for him, and we're all behind him. And watching now, he's going to have to deal with a little adversity in this race, Milty, as he's tail end of the lead lap. So he'll actually start off as the leader of the race.
Yeah, I like his
Um,
chances.
yeah, I'm sure he
He
feels.
needs a caution, obviously, but
Yeah.
he's not too worried because he know how to lead.
So our leader will be Isaac Milty in the 72. 22 Gary Piccolo second, Ryan third, and now there's that one car Milty in fourth. So he went from uh, going maybe a lap down to fourth place with that caution. A very timely caution for Jeremy there. Mark DeSenza right up there now in the top five, so he's going to be a force to deal with now for these leaders. That first part of the race, he was working his way up through the field, but he's there now, Milty, and he's going to start with fresh tires and a top five slot. So look out for the six car now.
Yeah, the Mark DeSenza is just the man, the rocket. Raced against them for years, and then we're watching John the Dog Palmer pull over on the
And
grass
disconnect.
and disconnect.
Hmm.
Huge problems for the Thor Dog Team 108. Those are huge point implications for him as we go green. Maybe we can get a word with him at some point.
And you see Jeff Hale, who is not our leader, tail end of the lead lap in 13th. 44 right behind him, also in the same situation as they go away. Now Chet is one lap down, Milty. Now he's just ahead, but he bobbled right ahead of the leader, which is a 72 car. They're in similar paint. For some reason, I cannot get the kids' paint to load for me. I've tried everything I can think of,
Yeah, that's
but for
weird.
some reason,
I
it's just
have
not
it.
showing up. I know everyone has it, but me for some reason. But the
Oh,
72 is our leader.
wow, crazy restart there. They're all jamming around, but still draft dependent here. So
Yeah, the top two are the 72 and the 22.
these guys are starting to
68
get
Chet
jiggy
Parkin
here.
is one lap down. And then the rest of the field led by Ryan, Mark DeSenza, uh, the one car Jeremy Hebel is there, and now the 47 of Josh Elliker.
Well, Slim was in the whoa, gee, Merry Christmas. Slim was talking to the young man and saying, blow your roll and why don't you try doing what I'm doing and see what happens. And uh, you never know if that'll get you the first win. You want it to be the last lap, but uh, definitely, I think he's going to start to see that you don't have to qualify first to finish first or to run in the lead.
No, not at all, Milty. And we've seen, like we were talking before the race, some of the greats of FSB. Oh, and the one car's in the wall, Milty. Uh,
Hard lick up against the wall, smoke. Caution is out.
so
Gonna
the
race back to the line here. Gotta be careful.
and Jeff Hale will get his lap back, Milty, and that's bad news for
Yeah,
the field.
bad news for the Bears. We can
Both
take a look,
Dakota,
see what happened
so
with Jeremy.
yeah, both Dakota and Jeff both get their laps back. So that's yeah. Let's take a look at what happened to the one car here, Milty. On the outside there with Ryan Johnson, and there's contact. went into the turn side by side, and there was some contact. Um,
Ryan was pretty much as low as he could
yeah, look,
go and
as we can,
committed there. Yeah,
yeah, we can see Ryan was fairly down low,
past the line there. I
below
mean,
that, yeah, below that solid white line there, Milty, and he just kept coming down and just made a
maybe the
little
one
touch.
spotter might have told him he was clear, but
Yeah, and that was a
he
hard
wasn't.
lick into the wall.
There's nowhere for Ryan to go there. He would be in the barbecue area there if he went any lower. So
Yeah, it didn't look like there was anything Ryan could do about that. It looked like he was holding his line, and the one car just kind of drifted on down into him. And when you're on the outside in those situations, you always get the worst of it.
the hooker headers crew's gonna have some work to do here.
Yeah, and there we see new life for the 29.
Still, you can see what this guy's about. He's got some skills. He's not quitting. They're gonna work on it.
Yeah, and we'll keep an eye on the one car here as the crew. Yeah, he's going to let the crew work on it here, and I think that's what you got to do, Milty, under these cautions is take your poison.
Take your lumps.
Yeah, and instead of trying to get out there and save track position with a hurt car.
It's easy for us to say when you're in that car. I mean, your vision is limited, for sure.
Yeah, sometimes you just see red, so you can't see anything.
Yep.
So we slowly make our way toward the front of the field here.
The hailstorm has returned. The warthogs are. We haven't said nothing about the 43.
Yeah.
Once again, back in the top 10 here.
Yeah,
with
he's
the
in
20 car field.
Yeah, he's been quiet, but I did notice looking on the speed charts of practice, Milty, the first car on that chart was the 43 car. So let's remember that he was the fastest car in practice. Riding with Ryan Johnson, he's going to be our leader. Pace car ahead of him, lights still flashing. Ken Hansen
he's got to win. He's got to win, and Ken Hansen got one last week. These are pro drivers, and we talk about the regular studs that we're accustomed to seeing winning, but this is a field full of studs, and you never know. You don't know where the nose goes till the toes close.
Yeah, Isaac has fallen back to third on this exchange of pit stops here. Josh Elliker up to fourth. And Ken Soska now, fresh off his fuel mileage win last week, Milty. And he's at, we won't say his home track because we know he's from Florida. But he's flying the colors, the KFC colors here at Kentucky Speedway, Milty. He's got to be a fan favorite here.
Well, like, as the Colonel evolves, we wonder if he's the crispy Colonel tonight. We don't want, if he's the crispy Colonel, he's going to have to get out of that car real fast.
I think we have our answer just looking at his car. Look at the back of the car, Milty. Extra crispy good.
Extra crispy good.
I think we have our answer.
You know, it took me forever to figure out that was George Hamilton. Yeah.
And we also saw Ryan and Ken Hansen peel off to the pits, Milty. So Ryan got his bonus point there for leading the lap in the race. He's pitted. Now Ken up to second. Josh Elliker on point now. And there's the professor, Milty, the 25 car, Slim Jim Gately, up into third.
Yep, 3.141516 times 44 laps equals I'm in fourth place. Professor's doing his math, and Nap yourself into a Slim Jim or shout. Always, when you talk about Slim Jim, in my own personal career, as well, we'll talk more about this. We're getting ready to go green here, so.
We see the pace car peel off.
But gotten a lot of
Green flag is
advice
out.
from him, which really helped me big time in the modern era of how to race.
They'll come right by us here, through camera position here. You see that? That's all it takes, and they're all gone as we come back.
Oh boy, Sean Reap right up against the wall.
Yeah, he likes riding that high line, Milty, on the fresh tires.
Well, a little jiggy for the 72 there. Isaac Johnson, the thing got a little snappy loose there. Nice save from the young man.
Yeah,
these guys are so good. You don't know how hard it is to run at this pace that they're running right now with
by
tires. Wow.
25 car. Slim taking a look on the inside at Kensaska for second. Thought better of it. Pulled back behind. Tucked back in. Sean Reap fourth. Jeff Hale up to fifth now, Milty, from a lap down just, 5 minutes ago. And, let's face it, Milty, Jeff's on a mission right now, too, in his mind. There's nothing that he's more focused on, I think, than, what he needs to do right now, and that's get back to the front, and he's going to do it. I have no doubt in my mind. And the rest of the field,
that's the whole package.
better get out in front as far as they can.
That's the whole package of the champ. I would, if you were gonna equate his style to somebody, I would equate it to the number 6 car.
Yeah,
Mark DeCenza. They have the whole package.
Yeah, I would agree. They both have kind of the same philosophy on what they like to do.
They got qualifying speed. They can ride and chill. They've got the experience and they've got foresight beyond the average spare.
And we see Josh maintaining the lead. Slim up to second now. Nice battle for third between Ken and Sean.
We talked about that outside early. It rolls good right here with fresh 2-lap tires. Now that outside is really cooking, but I believe it will fade over time. They got to make a move, but they're trying to get in. But that bottom line is still pitching them off.
Yeah, Sean really likes that outside line early on in the run, it looks like, and then he kind of takes like what you were saying, runs the outside first part and then starts drifting down low as the run progresses. And it's really paying dividends for him, Milty. He moved up in that first run and got into the top 5, and now he's moved up, made a pass on the outside of Ken Soska, and up to third place, and now Ken's got a battle on his hands with Dakota in the 44. Jeff Hale right there as well.
When you talk about these guys, when they analyze these races, I mean, it's all about tire temperature and tire wear and maximizing as Dan.
Oh, we got a spin. And that's Isaac has spun, Milty.
Caution is out.
And I'm trying to find his car. I think he may have disconnected. But we're going to race back to the line. And Sean got a little out of shape there as they come slowing down for the pace car. A little out of shape onto the apron there. No harm, no foul. But, yeah, something happened to Isaac there, Milty.
Take a look.
And we see he really fell back, Milty, from the start. You said he had a bobble right at the restart of the race.
He got loose there.
And he kind of got shuffled back, and You can see him battling there with Mark DeSenza, and that's for the 8th and 9th position. And the car just got out from under him.
When you take that low entry in and hit the apron, and then Mark was already committed to his line, so he took the air off him a little bit there, and around he went. That was just a racing incident, really no fault of either driver. What happens at high speed here,
Yeah,
folks?
no
Pit
contact at all
stops.
between the two,
Gotta
unfortunate.
gotta gotta nail this stuff now here. Gotta nail it.
Yeah, we see
No
Josh Elliker, 4
mistakes.
tires and fuel, looks like
Oh, look
going
at these
in.
professional drivers. Guys are awesome. You know how hard it is to even.
And
Dan,
Slim.
Dan, Dan Jones blinks out again. Got some internet things going on there, but he executes well.
And Ryan with a tremendous pit stop, Milty. And remember, he came in and topped up late. So I wonder if he just went fuel only there, Milty.
Ooh, let's take a look at that. Well, I'll go back while you follow what happened here.
Yeah, and Ryan got out ahead of everyone who pitted. He probably didn't need tires. It was a quick caution there.
Okay, we're taking a look at the 59 going into pit road. He had to go around the 007, which is always hard. You lose track position. A little skewed, had his tires to the right. Right sides only for the 59.
So a 2-tire change for Ryan, and that's really vaulted him back up into the standings there. Nice move by Ryan Johnson there. A little strategy. Topping up late, taking the medicine, starting toward the back of the field on the restart.
Mm-hmm.
But then the 2-tire change puts him right back in striking position.
These are pro racers. They know how to expand their options, which is very difficult. Hard enough to drive, but you got to be Roger Penske and Ryan Johnson at the same time. You got to do the pit crew stuff, figure it out. Team channels, teammates, talking about stuff. Hey, we got Wild Bill, Billy Hartwell watching the broadcast.
Nice.
I can't tie back to him in Twitch because I haven't figured that out yet. But good to see Wild Bill.
Yeah, he's
Billy Hartwell
taking a little time off
is
from this season, and maybe he'll come back fresh for the start of our next season at FSB, Milty. It just keeps going on. Keeps on
always
going on.
won GTP races, and speaking of GTP,
Yeah,
Mike
a lot of news in the GTP division, Milty. Absolutely.
Grand Touring Prototype, which is dear to my heart, and Mike Baker passed this year. We've along with before I go on with that, I'd like to talk about Nicole Johnson here a minute. This gal raced with us for quite a long time and moved on and had a baby, and she was tragically killed in a car wreck, as far as I know. Best information I can get. So, in 1 week, Jeff loses his dad, and then we lose. I had some great races with her, and
Absolutely.
and you and I a lot of bullshit sessions late at night. She was a hell of a racer, and just really, when you have a league that's been around for 14 years, you become attached to friends. Every Friday night, I just expect you to show up. And but you never know. Life is short.
Yeah, you're right, Milty. Yeah, and I really can't find the words yet. I'm shocked. I'm obviously devastated to hear that. She had so much going for her in her life, and for something like that to happen is just, a true tragedy. And if we can find out some more info on that,
Yeah,
I'm just
well, we still
stunned.
don't know all the details of it was a car, it was or an
Some
accident,
kind
or
of accident is about all I could gather from the news. So yeah, we could reach out to some people who were still, more in contact with her as she, was doing some iRacing and doing some things like that. I know. Um, but yeah, just very sad indeed. And
John Reed back up
back to the
the
racing
front.
here.
What a pass!
The
He
two
just blows
tires,
by.
yeah, the two tire experiment maybe not working as well as I
Bro,
thought it would with just a few laps on those tires, Milty. But you were talking about it. This track can grind up the tires. So now that he unbalanced them, maybe that's just not working here. Sean in the lead, Slim Jim
well,
all
that
over
is
the
a
back deck
weird
though.
feeling when you're a driver and you generally don't practice that. You practice four tire stuff, pit stops, everything else. These people that have real lives, they gotta like work and
Caution is out.
stuff, And we got a caution. So there's only so much stuff you can practice. Then all of a sudden you think it's a good idea. Obviously Ryan's got huge experience, so and I've done the same thing. You but you're tentative at the start. That's what I would be doing. I want to feel that car for a lap or two before I know what these two tires. And once again, it looks like Jeremy Hebel
Ouch.
lost it again. Oh,
Look,
actually, no. It looks like,
look, there was contact with the
yeah,
38 car there, Milty.
looks like the 38 came up into him there,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, it looked like maybe the 38 drifted up, kind of the opposite of what we watched last time, where it looked like maybe he just kept drifting down. In this case, it looks like the 38 came up off of that line just a little there, Milty, and contact was made. And as we saw last time, the outside car is the loser. So some contact there, and caution is out.
Yeah, Leo Kelly is run pretty clean and green. Obviously, not what he meant to do, but just kind of got low on entry and pushed up.
We see some pit stops going on. Mark DeSenza in, Slim Jim in, 007's in, Ryan's in, Jeff Hale's in, Josh Elliker. There's Rick Bisconner.
Well,
There
that's
we go.
racing.
There's the 43 car, Melty.
That's racing, and that's way to go.
Mark out, Slim out. So good, clean pit stops for the field. Mark, you see going by. Now there goes Slim. Battle with Jeff Hale off the line. Ryan and Dan Jones and Josh Elliker there's our leaders.
Opportunity. I'll be right back.
And this is the upper half of the field that did not pit, led by leader Sean Reap, Ken Soska, Dakota Wilkins there in the 44 car. Now the 68 still battling to get his lap back, uh, and certainly Chet can do it. So we'll keep an eye on Chet there. He's going to start again right at the front there with the leaders. If he can get out ahead of them and get a caution, get back on the lead lap. That's what he wants to do. We're on only lap 159 of 107, so still some racing to be done here. So our leader is going to be Sean Reap. Lights are still on the pace car. We'll see if he elects to dive in here. Now take a look at how many laps are remaining. 48 laps remaining. Still have to make a stop. So really no need to top up or anything like that. You can definitely, if you just cut the laps in half now, you can definitely make that run. So no need for topping up here unless you know, had some kind of fuel issue. And we see 62 car Sean Reed. 07 Ken Soska there in second. 44 Dakota Wilkins.
Don has done some dominating this year, and he could compete at any level and about due here. How about Ken Soska again? Racing's funny, man. I mean, these guys are all so good, but just need luck as falls sometimes get you in a position to have a top 5 in this league. Along with some good decisions, you know. So they're probably going to cruise around one more lap, and that'll be 62. That'll be 45 to go. They can definitely split that in half, but still a lot of action to be found. Yeah, a lot of new stuff this year for FSB Racing, and more. Stay tuned. Progressive with this game, and this game is not going away, and neither are we. And we're listening to the comments of the sim racing community and trying to fulfill their needs, and we're definitely. Sam Young, the boss, has got some serious plans here as the pace car is off.
Pace car's off.
Sean Reed
down.
clutching right, saving fuel all the way.
Yeah, Milty, they elected to stay out. A lot of guys pitted. We'll see. Slim,
Still in the window, but see what the tires are going to do.
and 62 leads us off. There's Ken Soska second, Dakota in third, Gary in fourth.
New teammates, Dakota and Gary from BP. Gary's been kind of quiet, just sniffing the top 10 there, waiting to make his move. You guys are seriously pro drivers here.
And the 44 making a move here on Ken to the inside. Remember, that yellow line is not in play for this race, so you can go anywhere you need to go to make a pass. And Dakota really working the low part of the track there, trying to get around the 07 car. But they're side by side still. Ken using the momentum of the higher side, Milty, to get those runs down the straightaway.
Ken Soska works at his craft. He's been
and
driving.
some Dyson going on behind him.
Just
Mark
crazy.
DeSenza and Gary Piccolo almost came together there.
D-Rocket is like, remember me in that 6 car? That's Mark Donahue and Mark Barnes' number, and we're here to get going.
Yeah, and there's some real tight quarters racing right now. Mark DeSenza really applying pressure to the top 3, and nowhere to go for Mark DeSenza here. As side by side in front of him, he's got nowhere to go. He's
really impressed with the speed of the 017.
Oh, and it looked like both of them.
Mark DeSenza up against the wall there.
And possibly the 22 as well. Looked like they both might have drifted up into the wall there.
You get focused on that car in front of you, and sometimes you follow the leader into the abyss, and that could be what happened.
But certainly didn't slow him down any, as their 22's now knocking on Ken's door yet again for that second position, and Ken really fighting hard for that position.
Well, he's using that low line there, changing his lines, holding it down very well, but here comes. It's hard to fight that 6 guy off.
Man, it's hard to fight that 6 guy off.
That guy's good. Believe me, I've lost a lot of races to that guy.
And now Mark's
And
going to try that low line. He's really down below that white line, Milty, where the track kind of banking of the track does change a little there. And we saw that what can happen there if you get down into that with Isaac there
yeah,
spinning,
you
and
want
also
it.
with the 38 car earlier.
The trick is to hook that left front tire and left rear on that cusp without getting that, because the drainage goes off camber there, so it starts to point back uphill like a ditch. So get too far, then all of a sudden the car starts to get free right there. For the lead down
Yeah,
on the inside.
and Jeff Hale out of nowhere from the outside
Who
with
dat in the 29?
made a bold
Who
pass
dat
on
gonna
the
beat that
'07.
29?
And now Sean Reap caught out on the outside, uh, and he's going to get passed by possibly 3 cars, if not more now.
This will make your sticker picker. Right now, your anxiety level is like 100% because this is severe pressure.
And
It
Jeff
looks like,
Hale, what a move to the inside of Mark
it's
DeCenza. And he's going to make that pass, and Jeff Hale's going to go from a lap down to back, leading this lap, Milty, at lap 69,
I think
crossing
Sean
to
Reed
lap
just went.
70.
I need to breathe a minute here.
38
But
laps remaining, 1 pit
oh,
stop
down
remaining as
low.
well.
Careful, Ken. See, that's how you do it there. Ken needs to stay in his line, but you don't want to pitch that inside guy down. Very close quarters. What? This is great racing, folks.
Yeah, this is some great racing. Jeff Hale, Mark
This
DeCenza
is
trying
really
to
hard to do.
separate themselves from this pack of wolves behind him, Milty. Sean Reap has now fallen into a hornet's nest, though, with Gary Piccolo, Dakota, Slim Jim, Josh Elliker.
Josh Elliker starting to be quiet but deadly. Here he come.
Yeah, and don't count out Ryan. He's hung on to this this pack here, and he's trying. I think being very conservative as he came out of the pits after his stop. Milty, he was clutching right out of the pits.
Not a bad idea.
And look at him go down low onto the apron,
Sean Reap.
using the whole track, Milty.
We saw that on the real racing in Phoenix last week.
And caution is out.
And the caution is out.
And hard to
Look, man, I mean, the sim racing community is still huge in NASCAR 2003. And we want all comers, man. We want to pack this baby. And
looks like the 43
the
car blew up,
invitation is
Milty.
out there. Oh,
43
man.
car out of the race with a valve. So the engine let go for Rick Bisconner, and that's a bad break.
Well, when you look at a guy that has an inkling
some
of
points
experience compared to these guys and what he's done, and and he had a chance at the top 3 in the points here, and this is going to be a big hit
Yeah,
with one race to go.
that could have some points implications there, as he will finish in. It looks like he'll be finishing in 13th position, Milty. So yeah, that's going to hurt the points. Jeff Hale leads the field down. Final pit stop, Milty, with 35 maybe to go as they take green.
If it stays green,
It's going to be tight, and Gary,
be able
the
to make
22 car slid slightly past his line and had to back up oh so slightly. Did a good job in recovering. But we can see cars streaming by him, so man, Milty, just one tiny mistake. And we can see 3 cars got by him from where he came in. Just no margin for error when you come into these pits.
ever.
These guys just don't make, Jeff Hale, Mark DeCenza, they will not make a mistake. They're going to hit their marks at the highest speed possible. and they're going to leave the pit at the highest speed possible, and it forces you to do things that maybe you're not comfortable in doing. And we see guys make mistakes in the pits, overshooting the pits, coming in at a poor angle and things like that, Milty.
We were going to grab Rick there, but he has disconnected. Obviously, headed to his trailer. Not happy. Not the result he was looking for.
Yeah, no, certainly. We just talked about him. He was slowly moving up. He was in the top 10, Milty. He was looking to, probably support his teammate to make a run for the win. And yeah, the engine looks like it let go. So those warthogs, man, they run those engines hard, Milty.
Well, you got to clutch every minute you can here now. You look at Sean Reap going way down to the apron, clutching.
Keeping the car
Uh,
flat.
we've had the privilege of having him drive and broadcast. I've done that, and it's distracting
Yeah, not an easy thing to do.
a little bit. I've done it quite a few times, but tonight I think he's all business, and he needs to stay with that. He's got a chance here.
Oh, absolutely, Milty. He's sitting pretty in looks like third position now as the exchange of pit stops. It looked like we had two groups there, Milty. One group I think made a strategic decision to stay out to gain that extra lap of fuel, and maybe they'll actually come back in and top up before this caution is over. And we've seen that work for others in the past.
There they come again.
And here they come again, Milty.
They could not make it.
And
We saw them pit the first run at lap 30. With the pace lap.
and the
So
professor is amongst that group here, Milty.
these guys in front got something to think about.
And
Yes.
we also know from some talk before we came on the air, Milty, the professor is not a fuel mileage person.
The heck no. He
He
goes,
puts his
if
foot down.
you want to start talking about fuel, he goes, you might as well quit talking about me.
Well, we're talking about fuel, Slim, and we're showing you. So we see Slim came in topped up, maybe only in a little splash, but I'll tell you, it makes a difference.
That dude is he's smiling and shaking your hand, and well, when it's race time, he's gritting his teeth and
Crushing it.
and he's got tons of experience and very humble, and but he knows every angle of the tangle for sure.
Oh yeah, and he knows that Jeff Hale's going to be a tough person to beat tonight. Especially Slim coming from the 10th position now, Milty. He's going to have his work cut out for him if he can make it up here if we stay green. And the pace car is off. So
Boogity boogity.
you can see that he leads him down this kink front stretch as well.
Hale is in the worst situation for fuel. And he's done everything right. What he really needs is a caution about halfway through this, and then he can wipe the floor with these guys. Otherwise, Rocket's got the same Momo as him. He's gonna attack and pressure and hope that caution comes out. He's not worried about fuel saving. John Reap, he's thinking about it, but
Sean is thinking about it as he, like you said, he was clutching right out of the pits. If you do that, you got to commit.
That group is backing off, but he's got the wolf pack behind him. Them two up front.
Yeah, they pulled away.
No.
And here comes Dan Jones in the 007, moving in the 4th position. Dakota and Ken Hansen side by side.
We expected you to interrogate him, not to kill him.
And that 007 coming back from, like you said, just really unfortunate luck last race. I think he was the first car out of the race, which is almost unheard of for Dan. So I'm sure he's looking to redeem himself, and I think he's done quite nicely here, Milty, as the
Absolutely.
laps are
Here
winding
comes
down.
Dakota Wilkins down low.
Yeah. Oh, and Josh Elliker
Oh, they're
spinning.
crossing behind Josh Elker hard in the wall.
And it looks like everyone else made it through safely, and he slides hard into the pit lane wall as
This is
well.
exactly what some people needed.
And we'll see
Because
if
I
he can get
haven't
going.
wrapped my mind around. And are we still green?
Josh Elliker took a hard hit there, Milty, and he hasn't
Yellow
left. He
is
hasn't
out.
gone yet.
Caution is
He's
out.
out. So unfortunately for Josh, there he's out of the race.
Doggone it. Yep.
And
Well, you know, I mean, this is a pro league. You're just glad to be a part of it. In the big scope of things, things ebb and flow. You get yours, and you don't, and you get it sometimes. Take a look at that and see what happened. Gosh, just a wonderful member and great sportsman, great driver, and it's just man,
some contact there with the Ken Soska. It looked like Josh was trying to get in front of him, just didn't have the space. And then sliding all the way across the grass and then hard into that inside pit lane wall, Milty, right where the entrance is, right on the driver's side. And I think that shook him up there.
I would put that on Josh there. Ken really had nowhere to go. There's 2 lanes. It's a 2-lane highway. And what do you do now? You get 2? You get 4? If you didn't have enough fuel, you got to get fuel. It's not going to be a lot. We already seen 2 tires stop. Reap is going to stay out.
Jump back live here. We see Mark DeSenza.
Reap is going to stay out.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Got to get tires. Too much time to go.
Jeff Hale in. He's getting at least right side tires. 22 in, 59 in, 007 in.
You got
4 tires
26. You got to get 4. Yeah, absolutely.
But Slim coming out fast, Milty. Might have to check Slim. Or did his crew just pull off the best pit stop yet again? But Slim comes out ahead of Jeff Hale. And then Mark DeSenza, Dan Jones, and Dakota Wilkins. Slim. Where did he come from, Milty?
Only a few laps on the tires there, but so this isn't a throw it away move for Reap. Got track position. Obviously, he's clutching big time all the way through here. With this caution, this should put him in the fuel window. So this is not a this is a I want to win this race move, which is not, not too shabby,
Well, Slim made a 2-tire change, Milty,
and we saw to win the game.
we saw that did not work for Ryan Johnson earlier, Milty, at all.
But it was only a few laps with Ryan Johnson. He had 8 to 10 laps there, so this is different. We're only looking at 2 laps or so. And the top of fuel, I think that's an excellent move by the professor. And he's got meat in front of him right now.
I'll defer to your expertise, Milty. I thought Ryan did it with just a few laps too, and it didn't. It seemed like he went right to the back.
Oh,
but,
well, I don't know me. I got a pile of beer cans here, so my judgment is starting.
But the laps
the entertainment value of it, man.
The laps are winding down, though. So
these guys are going to show us what's actually reality, and well, fantastic, man. I mean, all these years, 14 years of FSB racing, and we're hammering forward. we never give up and never give in. And Donkey Pop, man, this league is going to survive. And look at this nice turnout late in the season in a 20 race season, 20 car field. Fantastic. We want more. We want the other sim racing community guys to come. You race with us, we'll race with you. There's no. We have mutual respect. We've seen 3 guys that run at BP a lot and come and race their asses off tonight, and well, we just love the heck out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we see the lights are now off on the pace car, Melty.
Yeah, you got 24. You're going to be 23 here. And now, when
Yeah,
you're sitting in the 62s racing rig here.
Yeah.
You're thinking. I get a couple more cautions here. I got the speed to lead.
I don't like it, Milty, personally. I think he's a sitting duck. Slim has 2 tires. I think Slim's a sitting duck. I think Jeff Hale is going to be feasting on these cars.
You don't want to see that 29 behind you.
And if that doesn't happen, then the 6 car is going to get you.
And then he gone.
Yeah, so we'll see how this works out. Pace car's off. Sean, green flag, and let's see what happens here.
Get some.
24 laps to go. Looked like Slim got a
little loose there.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had a downshift back in the 3rd there to catch that car.
It was a whoop, whoop, whoop.
And Jeff gave him the room, and there we see Dan Jones putting some pressure on Mark DeSenza. But Mark holds that off.
Here he come. With those 2 tires, this guy's got like 15 years of sim racing experience.
Yeah, there's a lot of years of experience at the front of this field.
He will not touch him.
But Slim making a move here.
He will just do what he do.
The 2 Sean on no tires, Slim on 2, Jeff Hale and company on 4. And
you're absolutely right. Those no tires really hurt him at the start there. Here comes Mark DeSenza dogging the 29.
And Dan right there as well. Dakota, Ryan Johnson, and Ken Soska. They're all right there, Milty.
Look, when you look at the evolution of Ken Soska in the driver's seat, I mean, he's an admin of this series. Well-respected, finished our 24-hour car in his first run, just dogging the sim racing situation here, and also starting to become an excellent stock car driver.
Oh, absolutely. And,
which, believe me, if you're a road racer and you say, all I have to do is turn left, boy, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
Because I think this is harder than...
I do too.
Than road racing. It's you and the track, road racing. Here it's you and everything.
Yeah, there's you, the track, the tires, the groove,
and
23 other guys buzzing around.
And so here comes the 29 Jeff Hill.
We knew it was just a matter of time before this happened. And,
well.
With 20 to go, Jeff's making a move. Slim is going to have to do everything he can to hold him off, but I think he's going to fight a losing battle here.
Best friends and former teammates on side by side.
And Jeff makes that inside move work. Now Slim back to second, Mark DeSenza third. as we take a overhead look here, you can see how tight the cars are, nose to tail, Milty. Not a lot of margin for error from any of these cars.
Dakota Wilkins back
Dakota
in
all
fifth.
over the back bumper of those 007.
He's been real patient and had some good luck too. Both of his teammates, Gary and Jeremy, raced well, and just wasn't their night as racing goes. Here comes Mark DeSouza down looking at Slim Jim.
Remember, Slim on two tires.
Absolutely. When you're gonna go from outside to inside, your vision is limited. Slim drives cockpit like me. It's a feel thing. And for him to go outside to inside and keep that momentum on the outside is the true pro there. And defend off the 6. That guy's good.
Yeah, as we kind of follow Mark DeSenza as he battles Slim and Jeff Hale there as our leader. See the track nice and clear ahead of them. Back to Dan Jones in 4th. He's been all over the back bumper of Mark DeSenza here. Not giving any reason for Mark to have to use up his mirror. And Mark makes a bobble there, Milty. He went up high, and Dan Jones takes advantage, and that's exactly what we were talking about. One little bobble, and man,
but
guys
then
will
the freight
just pounce
train
on it.
happens because Dan Jones had to lose a little momentum there, but recovers well. Dakota looking down low.
And now Sean Reap coming back, Milty. He's cooled those tires off, and now maybe they've equalized with the field. Mark DeSenza fights off that battle, though. Only loses one spot.
To go.
But Sean keeping up here nicely. Sitting in 6th position. There we see the 62 car.
Oh,
and then Dakota, a little bounce off the wall there. And that lost some momentum, and Sean taking advantage of it.
Now look, these guys are on the edge here. You know, last lap, Dakota Wilkins 31.2. Best lap 38.
And Sean to the inside. Can he make it stick? Looked like Dakota got a little loose again.
Well, once you smack the wall a little bit, not only are you worried about your car, but it upsets your mindset here a little bit. Got to gather it back in. Your focus.
See Ryan right there as well. He's trying to push that 62 ahead, but it seems like Dakota has held them off nicely. And now Ken Soska coming on strong.
Ken has been surveying this. He's a student of the game, of the racing. He's taking a look here. He's got nothing to lose. He's got to win here. That'll make your whole season for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That'll make your whole career at this level. You know?
Absolutely, Milty. A Winston Cup win at FSB is probably the most difficult win to attain. Not so much because, Pro Cup, obviously, every single driver is capable of winning at every race. But the fields are generally a little smaller. And the skill level that you have to deal with, and there's contact between the 44 and the 62. And cars are spinning and wrecking, and caution is out, and we'll go back to the front here. Jeff Hale and Slim are going to battle it. We're going to get another green flag as we're about 11 laps to go here as we cross the line.
Caution is out.
Caution is out.
The thing is there's not much room between the bottom line and the top line. So the top guy, if he tries to give a little more room, he loses huge momentum. So it's hard dog-eat dog racing there.
Yes, it is. And we've seen that almost exclusively on the cautions tonight, Milty. Almost exactly what has happened every time. And that's the outside car generally drifting down to the inside car, where the inside car feels like they have nowhere else to go, so they're holding
Well,
their
they
line.
don't really. The thing is that's why you want
It's a
that inside line later in the race
and
and in the run because you force that guy to either pinch you down or he has to get out of it.
and of course the whole field will come in now, Milty. With you cannot stay out and hold this field off for 6, 7 laps, so you got to come in. And now we're gonna see the battle of the pit crews.
The guys that
Slim,
took
Jeff
four
Hale,
the last
Mark
time.
DeCenza.
Okay, so Slim took two. He's got to take four this time. Who's going to take two? And
We'll keep an eye on Mark DeCenza.
Gonna take two? Come on. Somebody's gonna
Two
take
tires,
two here.
Mark DeCenza.
That's because he took four last time. Slim's got to take four or get four for the 007.
I believe 2 tires
59.
for Ken Hansen as well. So Mark DeCenza,
right.
Ken
Get
Hansen,
some,
2
boy,
tires.
Get some.
Everyone else 4 tires. Jeff Hale leading them out.
It's a heavy damage for Dakota. They're still working on that, but he comes back in the fight. I like the sportsmanship of these new guys and from BP they fight until their cars are done and they're not competitive. They don't just give up when they got damage. Impresses me.
Yeah, so a lot of shake-up here to these standings. When we come back around, we'll square it out. But it looks like Mark DeCenza will be our leader on the restart. Ken Hansen will be second. Jeff Hale back to third. Dan Jones fourth.
What a show!
And either Sean
What
or
a
Slim in
show.
fifth. I believe Slim won that battle off of pit lane. So Slim fifth, Sean sixth.
You're watching this on Twitch or YouTube tomorrow or in the future, you can do this too. FSBRacing.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out the website. It's an awesome website. A lot of information, a lot of good stuff. Sign up page, all the whole works, and runs Monday through Friday basically. A series every night. A couple nights, multiple series. Tuesday nights, Super Speedway, Chicken Run.
All kinds of mods and new stuff coming up.
Yeah, some
dirt,
exciting announcements. Yeah, dirt.
Which
dirt
I love
coming.
dirt. I got like 5 wins in dirt, dude.
Yeah, dirt coming on, I believe, Wednesday nights. To FSB.
I love dirt.
Also, Lucky Dog is going to be implemented for the first time ever in the Pro Cup division. And that really changes the dynamics of racing, Milty. Knowing that if you're a lap down and you're the first guy on a lap down, you don't have to do hard racing. Just maintain your position. And then if the caution comes out, you just go right around. No big deal.
Well, these guys that know how to do this say it's no big deal, but to me, it's a big, huge shout out because admin that has to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a huge commitment.
It is.
Being an admin, I mean.
And
well, I just became an admin again. So, by the way, for GTP, I'll be adminning next season. So.
Yeah, and quite
I'm
frankly,
really excited about that.
It's good, especially in the top division, Milty, that's trying to mimic the NASCAR Sprint Cup season.
That's what the people want. It's what the people want.
Right, and that's the way it is in real racing. And we try to. This is a simulation. It's not a game. I mean, we can split hairs, I guess, on that. But a simulation, we like to simulate what really happens on the real world tracks, and they have Lucky Dog. So, for better or worse, the NR 2003, of course, the guys, when they built this game, never dreamed of the word Lucky Dog. They didn't even know what that was. So,
2003,
obviously, that's why we were talking about the difficulties of adminning this, is that you have to do something that the game is not made for. So
you gotta be smart, and you gotta be committed, and they've got a huge plan. It's new to us because of that commitment that the admin has to do. But it's our FSB Racing's commitment to the future and
Absolutely.
the the future of NASCAR 2003, which is long in the tooth, but it's still badass.
And with
And
7
you're
laps to
watching it
go
right
here,
now.
Milty,
Can't
we're gonna
tell.
have
Yeah,
a
they got the
shootout to the
rocket up
finish,
front.
and the Rockets leading us off with 6 to go. Milty, Ken Hansen second. Those are both 2-tire guys. Jeff Hale 4 tires in third. And we saw that work for
Gotta
Jeff
see the
Hale.
29. You do not want that guy behind you. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. He's gonna go now. And there he goes.
And he's gonna take Dan
And
with him. And now Slim has something to decide there. He's gonna make it 3 wide.
well,
And-
they got 4 tires.
And,
And they're gonna go.
and Slim making it stick there, and he's trying to drive
But
on the
that-
outside of Dan
look,
Jones.
Look at that great start by the 6. Is 15 at least years of experience. This guy is. You get him out in front. That's like Seabiscuit right there, dude.
Yeah, but it's like Seabiscuit fighting against Seabiscuit though in second, Milty, as Jeff Hale is coming,
But
and now
here
Slim
they
is
come.
coming
They
too.
got the draft. He's looking low. He's looking high.
Caution
Don't go
is
high.
out,
Don't go. Caution is out.
and Mark DeSenza crossed in front, and he may be our winner.
This could be your winner right there. Wow.
And that's unfortunate that we couldn't finish this race. And we see Ryan Johnson's car on pit lane, Milty. It's a smoking heap.
It's on fire. Get out of that thing, man.
And let's see what happened here, Milty. As we see Ryan battling the 22 car as they go down the
You
backstretch.
got your son.
Oh, and
so
there's just
amazing, man.
big
Get out of there.
contact. And Ryan went for a ride
Oh
on the
my
side of
gosh,
his
that
car.
thing's on
And then
fire.
contact again with the 22. And the car just blew up.
Hey, they had to go, man.
Yeah, and it looked
the
like
checkers
Ryan.
are wrecked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Ryan just did not have clearance there,
Oh, and
Milty.
it came back up.
Yeah, that was a double kiss there. And we see the some cars ahead of him
You're
also.
going back into the pits. Things are dragging, you know. It's
Yeah,
an old game, but
I-
this thing
and I
still
think
is badass.
It looked like Dakota also got caught up in that, Milty. I don't know if he was trying to avoid the wreck, but you can see he was up high there, and he just comes sliding down the grass area.
Well, I hope the BP guys had fun. Hope they show up next week. Finale in the future, and a lot of other guys is, you know, we want a big show. We want this thing packed on Friday night.
Yeah, and of course, next week's season finale, Milty, the day after Thanksgiving, Friday. So everyone should be off in a good mood, stuffed
Oh,
fresh turkey
absolutely.
and the trimmings and everything, and be ready to send off our season, because that will be the last race of this season, Milty.
Absolutely, and there's a whole off-season stuff.
Oh man,
There's
let's not. Yeah, where do we begin?
bam, bam, bam.
There's a Santa Claus list full of off-season stuff. Yeah, to keep your holiday spirit up. Demo Derby coming up. Jim Ray's retirement bash. December 9th is coming up.
I'm gonna wreck his ass.
I don't know how we're gonna broadcast
I'm gonna-
that. We're gonna say, oh, the 25 just slammed into the 29. Oh, and now there goes the 6 on his
Oh,
roof.
kill Jim Ray. We love you, man, but we're gonna kill you.
And you see some of the guys doing the little fakies down pit lane with just 3 laps to go, Milty, trying to snooker someone down pit lane, but that ain't gonna work with these guys.
Well, it's a fellowship, you know. When you get into when you talk about guys that are just starting out and they can race in this race once they get a membership and. Even as a applicant, you can run this race.
Absolutely, Milty, and you can win this
And,
race as an applicant too.
And we've seen that before.
Yes, we have. And it
But
looks like
it's a
Mark DeCenza is going to
fellowship
win
of
this
great
race, Milty, as the
guys.
lights are still on and we're on lap 106 of 107. So we will not go back green. And Mark DeCenza will be our winner unless that car blows up, Milty. And let's face it, these cars are unpredictable. You can lose gears and lose engines as quick as you can think about it.
I've seen them lose it on the last lap on pit road. Uh,
We've seen guys
but
on the
for a computer
parade
game,
on the
this is
parade lap. We've seen guys
fantastic.
blow up on the parade lap of a race. We've seen guys lose gears leaving pit lane to start the race. Things can happen in our 2003, uh, but they're not going to happen to Mark DeCenza as he fakes everyone down pit lane. Yeah, he's going to pit now, Milty.
Well, yeah. Well, you look at that top three, the Rocket, and you look at it, Jeff Hale.
Yeah, an unsatisfying second,
Fantastic
I'm sure,
run.
for Jeff Hale, as he
Yeah, you know
probably
what,
had the
man?
best car there at the end.
He's the world champion,
Yeah,
so
but he will be
he's the
our.
world champion. So he's just and the way he raced this race is why he's champion and why he could have 5 or 6. So, and Slim Jim Gately in third, same thing. You see the skills, but they haven't put in the time like like I've won some championships, but you got to show up every week.
Absolutely.
It hasn't been when they show up, they show out, and there it is.
Yeah, and then finishing behind Slim, 007, Dan Jones in fourth. Sean Reap with a hard,
Excellent
well-earned
run.
top five.
Dude is
Um,
smart.
Man,
He
I'll tell you,
knows
I lost faith
that
in
was a
that no
fantastic run.
tire decision. I lost faith in Milty, but I'll tell you what, I'll give him credit. He fell back, but he didn't lose that lead pack, and I think that's
Absolutely.
is one of the main reasons why he's gonna get a top five finish here. Ken Hansen,
I think
uh,
that's beyond both of our skill levels.
yeah, definitely above my skill level. Ken Hansen, Milty, did the two-tire move, got him the track position, and he finishes with a sixth place. So
Absolutely great
not so
job.
bad for Ken Hansen as well. And Dakota, man, he's got to get the Tough Man award. That car's beat up.
Absolutely.
He's been in the wall, down in the grass, but a top 10 finish, seventh position, lead lap.
Him and his bros, they can roll, and they're nice guys, great sportsmen, and we hope they show up again.
But the winner of our race is that six car right there, the Wrangler car, Mark DeCenza.
Leo Kelly in the top 10. Leo's like 74 years old, and he's been he showed up once and then had to step away for a while, but came back, and that's a fantastic top 10 for Leo.
And we know Mark and his work schedule generally doesn't afford him a lot of time to enjoy his victories, Milty. And of course, the patented Mark DeCenza non-burnout. That's what he's known for. He parks it like he's been there before, Milty.
He's been there like 1,000 times.
Yeah, I would burn the tires off until the game resets. Mark DeCenza just slowly
See, you
parks his car in the pit.
screaming at the top of your lungs,
Yeah,
Yeah, badass.
throwing my TV out the window.
Yeah.
Mark DeCenza just drives down,
Who
parks his
that gonna
car,
beat
and
that
gets up and
Greg?
goes to work. Yeah, there's a contrast in styles. I would trash the house and go to bed at 4 a.m. and Mark DeCenza parks the car and goes to work.
Well, I'm gonna step away just for a second, and then I'll grab these guys up unless you want to.
No, go for it, and
I'll be right back.
recap our running order here. As we said, our top three there: Mark DeCenza, Jeff Hale, Jim Gailey. I mean, that's a Mount Rushmore like top three. Dan Jones, Sean Reap rounding out the top five. Ken Hansen, Dakota, as we mentioned, and Leo. sixth, seventh, and eighth, and then rounding out the top 10, Ryan and Gary, who had that uh, meeting of the minds there right at the end of the race, and yeah, Ryan just not enough room to squeeze in front of Gary there, and brought out our last caution, which ended the race for Mark DeSenza to take those checkered flags. Ken Soska finishes 11th, Josh Elliker 12th. Uh, these guys retired, had some issues. Rick, of course, we saw blew up, and then there's the rest of the guys. So one race left in the books, Daytona, to end it all next week. And we will crown Jeff Hale our champion, but there's still some top 10 racing to be decided. So some ebb and flow to this race with Jeff Hale going to the front, losing the lap, gaining it back, and charging back to the front. We saw like Slim Jim start from the back, move his way all the way up, and then fall back, and then of course battling there at the end. So a lot of pathways to get to the front, and these guys show you how to do it. Slowly gathering up our top three here for a quick word, and we know Mark's time is precious, so he just joins us. Congratulations, Mark. Hard-fought win there, unfortunately ending under caution, but what a way to slowly work your way to the front. Barely got the lead, really. Unlike your usual style of leading laps, Mark, a little differently, but in the end, the result was the same, a checkered flag. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, changed two at the end. I was kind of hoping more people did, and when I only seen one person had done it, I was like, oh, I either need a quick caution. If not, I'm screwed. But yeah, it was a good run, though. Good job on a championship, Jeff. And Slim, good run, man. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, and we're also joined by our second and third place finishers, and yes, our soon-to-be crowned Winston Cup champion, Jeff Hale. And Jeff, I think all of us here in the booth probably know that you were coming with those four tires, and Mark was going to really have his work cut out for him, even with those few laps left. So unfortunately, ending under caution for you. But overall, pretty satisfying race, getting the lap down, getting it back, and then really battling for the lead again.
Yeah, once I worked my way back up, I was just waiting for that last run. When Mark took two, I knew it was just going to be a matter of a couple laps. I could probably get by him, but that doggone caution had to come out. So it was a good call on his part. Two tires stopped when the caution fell. So worked out for him right there. So if it one more lap, it could have been a different story. But
half a lap.
It's been a tough week for me also. I know most of you guys know my dad passed away in funerals today, so I was really pushing hard to try and get that win for him. But Mark did a great job, well deserved.
I dedicated to him then for that, Jeff Hale.
Absolutely, Carol was a heck of a man to raise such a fine person like yourself, who I respect awful lot. I've been through that myself. I know how it feels. And I when it happened, I ran to my friends and raced with my friends and hung out with them. And I'm so glad you came out here and ran, because I know it never goes away, but it gets a little easier as time goes on.
Well, before I got this broadcast booth, I got another little announcement too. But I know Slim wants to get a word in before Mark's had to take off too.
Yeah, our forgotten third place finisher, certainly not in our hearts, Slim. Solid third place there for Slim. And Slim, I don't know if you took your own advice there in practice. You zoomed up into the top 5 real quick and seemed to maintain it for the rest of the race there. Now you got the opposite tact where you took 2 tires to get the position, but then looks like you had a forced hand there. You had to take 4 at the end.
Yep. All I can say is they best be glad the caution come out because I had Jeff's and Mark's number.
I think you
No,
did,
I'll
sir.
just be messing around. But hey, first of all, my condolences for Jeff, man. I'm so sorry, man. Just like Milk said, a lot of us have been there. I've been there, so I know it's got to be tough on you, man. I wanted you to get that win, but I wanted to beat you so bad too, brother. But you know how it is. That's how we race.
Yeah. I mean, the win is, we're all friends and brothers, and we're all thinking about you and grieving with you.
But congrats on the championship, Jeff. Mark, congrats on a great race tonight, and
Thanks,
it was
man.
definitely a lot of fun.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, Jeff. So if you have something to say, please. Floor's
Well,
all
real
yours.
quick. We also lost another racing competitor, Nicole Johnson. I'm not sure on the details yet, but I just wanted to give a quick
What
shout
happened?
out to her and her family.
Nicole died. We're not really sure how, but we mentioned it in the broadcast.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we think it was a car wreck, but it was an accident. Is all the information we have right now, but heartbreaking, you know.
Oh my God.
Well, on a happy note, what I think I'm gonna do next week, guys, is probably park the car on pit road and jump out and finish out the last race doing broadcast with you guys.
Absolutely, I'd love that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
that
gotta
would
get
be-
out of here, guys. Thanks for the broadcast. I don't mean to cut you off, but thanks for the broadcast.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah,
You gotta take off.
Slim
See you,
Jim.
Mark.
You gotta
Awesome
go to
runs,
work,
man.
Mark.
I got a little lucky.
Yeah, love you, man.
You deserve it.
All right, man. Thanks. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
Take care, bud.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome, Jeff.
Yeah, that would be great, Jeff. We always appreciate any insight you give us, and being the champion, and obviously a well-earned championship, and with what's going on, if that's we'll be more than happy to let you sit with us and make fun of all the other guys trying to win that race.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier to see Slim mistakes next week on the track.
I appreciate the vote of confidence there.
It's real easy up here acting like you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, guys, wrap it up tonight. Great race, just some big time battles. Like the top 10 sometimes, Milty, seemed like they were all in a jumble, just half a second apart from each other for many laps in a row. And
Oh, it's great racing. Points are up if you want to take a look at that real quick.
yeah, we can bring up the points here. As, get to the
Because there are battles behind
we know that
the champ here.
as we said, we know that Jeff Hale has wrapped up.
Well, look, this guy, Jeff here, could have like 5 or 10 championships if he had run a complete season. This is really the first season that I can remember Jeff running and actually running most of the races. He missed one on vacation, but
you can see Milty that DNF from Rick Bisconner with the blown engine really did implicate the points, as he's now tied for second with Ryan Johnson. Mark DeSenza knocking on the door, just 3 points behind.
Gonna be good.
So the last race of the season is going to decide second, third,
Gonna
and
mean
fourth
something,
positions
yep.
for sure.
Those are
18
trophies.
points
Those are
separating
trophies
two,
too.
so. And then we see Slim in eighth. Still maybe something to be said. He can run down Ken Hansen for seventh. And we'll see how those final points shake out. But yeah, there's going to be a great battle for second, third, and fourth to end this season. And we can see Jeff Hale just a dominant performance, Milty, with missing a race and having a 77-point lead. My
like I
goodness.
said, this could be like 5 or 6. Jeff has always put family first, and he's had some back problems, and now uh, this stuff.
Well, now he's going to have a
It's
trophy
just
problem because he's going to be getting a
yeah,
lot of hardware coming his way.
yeah. But it's just just want to say again one more time, how our hearts are out there to you, and it's one thing to be a great racer. It's another thing to be the longevity in this league. It takes professional activity and to be a great sportsman. And it doesn't matter if you win, but Jeff has also managed to win and also get the ultimate respect for me. And, you know, uh, like I said, when my dad died of cancer in 2004, I came here to talk to my buddies and race, and small little thing, but and God bless you, and I hope everything can be the best that it can be.
Well, it's just time to move forward, and I don't know if you guys seen what I put in the forum. But I'm gonna dedicate that series championship to him and have his name put on
Absolutely,
the
yeah,
trophy.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff.
And
Absolutely.
Carol is a great name.
All right, so let's call it a wrap on to this week's race, Milty. Another great race. Mark DeSenza coming out on top. Jeff just ran out of laps, and of course that caution, like we said, Jeff was coming, and it would have been tough for Mark to even hold him off for one more lap, let alone 3 more. So Mark got that caution when he needed to, and he was in front when you need to be in front, Milty, and that's how racing works sometimes. Right place, right time, wrong place, wrong time. And Mark found himself in the right place, so he'll take the checkered
Joy of
flag,
racing,
and
yeah.
we'll go into our final race of the year at Daytona. We'll crown Jeff the champ, and we'll welcome him in the booth, and we'll see who's going to
Absolutely.
win that last race of the season to wrap up yet another successful FSB racing season. What, 10 series across the board, all crowning champions.
Yep.
And we'll look to do it again next week, Friday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Jeff, again, condolences, and we're all thinking of you and your family, and um, look forward to sitting with you next week and watching the race.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the broadcast.
Problem.
Absolutely.
Milty, as always, a pleasure doing business with you, and
Yes,
look
sir.
forward to doing it again next week.
Privilege.